Hello, welcome back to my channel, Covered in Style here. I am doing brows today. We're doing brows, we're doing lashes, and I'm just showing you guys my technique. I have a lot of people ask me, how do you put your lashes on? Like, I have to go get them done, which by any means, I'm not trying to kill anyone's job out here. We all need it with this COVID-19 going on. I'm not trying to knock anybody. Getting your lashes done is great. It just doesn't work for me. I like to rub and wash my eyes at the end of the night, so it's just not something that works for me. I know that using the strip lashes and putting them on every day is fun, and I like to switch them up. So having lashes on and they're the same style every single day might not work for me and might not work for you. So I just wanted to bring you something new. We're all stuck in the house. I hope everybody who can stay home is home. We are all, I want to get out. I'm just like, I just want to go on a run. I want to exercise. I've been doing some at-home workouts, so it's been fun. We've been playing games. We've been cooking. We've been cleaning, a little spring cleaning. We've been getting done everything that we've been like putting aside, like, oh, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. So spring cleaning came early, and I'm not mad at it. If you like the video and what I did, please don't forget to subscribe. I will list all the stuff that I used in this video today below so that you guys can go and purchase. This is not a sponsored video. Your girl is looking to be sponsored, so you know, Benefit Brow, Fenty Beauty, I'm here. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell button if you want to know when I post next. So let's get into brows. We have two brows today. We have your feathered brow and we have your contoured brow. I like both of these brows. I started with the contoured brow and then I moved to my feathered brow. I just love the feathered now because it's more natural. It's following the natural hair strokes. Right now I'm wearing the contoured brow, so it's a little bit more sleek. But I'm going to show you how to do both of them today with two different products. We're going to use some Benefit Cosmetics products and we're going to use some Anastasia Beverly Hills products, which I like both of them. I've just started using the Benefit and I'm a fan. Like, I think I'm gonna switch between the two, but I'm gonna mostly be using the pencil just because it's so creamy. For a while, I wasn't using pencil because they were so stiff and it was really hard to get the hair-like strokes, but they've perfected formulas and here we are today. I'm gonna show you how to do the two brows and then I'm gonna show you how to put some lashes on, finish the look. This is what we came up with. And we're gonna use some products that I love today. So without further ado, let's get to these brows. Okay, so for the first brow, we're gonna do feathered brows. This is probably my go-to brow. I've transitioned from the contoured brow that we're also gonna feature today to this feathered brow for my everyday look. Even when I'm going out, I just really like that natural brow that's also sleek at the same time. You know, you clean it up with a little bit of concealer. For our feathered brow, we're gonna do following our natural brow shape, but we're gonna have an emphasis on definition in the front and just throughout, so it looks very natural. So the products that I'm gonna be using today, and excuse me because they're really torn up because I love them so much, is the Gimmie Brow by Benefit Cosmetics. I really have been turned on to this recently. I was just using pencil, which is their Precisely My Brow pencil that we're gonna use today as well. So I use these two in a combination. This really gives you volume. It helps to fill the brow without having to do too many like strokes, hair-like strokes to fill it in. This really also helps keep your hairs in place because it's a little bit of a thicker consistency. So if I open it for you here, you'll see it's on like a really little spoolie that you can brush through the hairs, and it really just adds volume, color, and it helps the hair stay in place. Now I love this Precisely My Brow. If you guys don't have a brow pencil and you're looking for a good one, Precisely My Brow pencil is a really, really good one. It has a spoolie, which you definitely need on one side, and it has a pencil that you can roll up. I really like that you can roll them up because you kind of know how much is left and you inch up little by little to get the brow. So I wanted to zoom in for you guys as much as possible. We're gonna start with my Precisely My Brow pencil in the color 5. First, you're gonna take the spoolie and you're going to brush through the hairs. You just wanna follow the natural flow and growth of your hairs. You just want to get a roadmap. I call it a roadmap for how your hairs already sit. And I'm going to take the other side, and I rolled it up just a little bit. And now I'm going to trace out the brows. So what I do is I'm still following the natural hairline, but I can kind of see by following the natural hairline the shape that I want it, right? So move from the front and really just carve out that brow. And like I said, I'm just following the natural flow of my hairs. Now you see, now we got that line underneath. That's a great start. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the top. Now I don't go all the way here to start the line. I started about here. And that's because you can see how my hairs like grow this way. I wanna start where my hairs grow to the right. That's where you start. So for me, from this point, I take my spoolie again and I brush through the hairs. Why do I do this? Because it not only gives you a roadmap again of where your hairs lay naturally, it's also going to lighten up that line a little bit. As you can see, it's not as dark as it once was. So now take the pencil side, and it's still rolled up a little bit, as you can see, and I'm just going to create little hair-like strokes at the back of my brow and just fill it in where the hairs are going this direction. You kind of want it to be like a little light. You want it to look natural and defined. I come up from the line and I make that little hair-like stroke from the line. And the same from the top. 2 little hair-like strokes going down. The key is to follow your hairs. You follow your hairs and you're gonna get a really natural brow. But from this point, once you fill in the end of the brow, you're gonna take the Gimmie brow and you're going to try to not only brush the hairs through, but you're really creating some filling effect. So now, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna brush through my hairs. It doesn't leave a whole lot of product. So I really, really like that because it allows you to build. I'll let you see when it comes to putting it in the front. That's a good spot. So now, as we see, it looks very natural because we've now defined the hairs. So now we're gonna take the spoolie with no product on it. We're gonna take it and we're gonna brush through the hairs as well. Just to kind of thin out the product, make sure it's not like too thick in one area versus another, and you don't have like a glumpy look because you want this to look as natural as possible. So now for the front of the brow. So we're going to take the Precisely My Brow pencil and we're going to work our hair-like strokes in the front to create the front of our brow. I kind of just go over the bottom line again. Make sure we have a nice fill in where needed. And that's it. That's our brow. Now I'm gonna do the other side and we'll be right back. All right, so there we are. Here we are with our feathered brows. Now we're not done. To complete the look, what I do is I usually take some concealer to clean up the edges down here and prep my eyes for eyeshadow. And today we're gonna use the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. I have been loving this. It's a very thick consistency, so you have to work kind of fast, but it makes it look flawless. So we're gonna use a little bit of this. I'm gonna take the Morphe times Jaclyn Hill JH41 brush. It's kind of angled, flat, and it helps me really get in there and soften and straighten up that line. So what I do is I just put a little bit on the skin. That's just how I do it. You can put it directly on the brush. This is just an easier way for me to work from one spot. Sleek that looks compared to the other one. It just looks more done. This is really what helps the eyebrows stand out. And there we go. We've shaped out the brows and we've kind of, you see, used our blending tool to kind of just blend it out all over the lid and a little bit into the foundation here, and same over here. The last step I do, I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty, the Pro Filter Setting Powder in the color Honey. So we're just gonna take a fluffy brush that can kind of work in the whole area, but I wanna set the concealer and the brow. So you just take the powder, dust it off, and just set the concealer and set your brow. And there you have it, your feathered brow style. This is the way I do it. On to the next one. So a contoured brow definition for me is a really carved out brow. It's full. There's not a lot of definitions in the hair for me. It's very sleek. There's a good arch and you carve it out with the concealer to complete the look. Everything is really sleek and carved out, and it's great for a full face look. So let's get started. So first, the products that we're going to use today is going to be Anastasia's Dip Brow Pomade in the color dark brown. I'm just going to put a little bit product on the brush. I have a technique. Every time I dip into the pot and carve out, trace, make a line, when I need to go back in, before I put the product back onto my brow, I'm going to use the spoolie and I'm going to brush it out. So you brush out, you put product, you brush out, you put product. That's how I do it. So we're gonna start with the spoolie and we're just going to brush out these hairs. Take some product and we're just gonna trace out the outside lines again. That's just how I start. Getting there. And keep carving it out. And when I'm filling in the hairs for this one, I'm actually running it through. I'm not really doing too many hair-like strokes. I'm just kind of filling it in long strokes. Use the spoolie and just brush the hairs so we can see what we're working with when it comes to where everything is at. Now for this brow, I'm gonna come a little bit forward. When it comes to carving out the top of the brow, I'm gonna come just maybe like there to the front. And I'm just gonna carve out the top line. That's it. I'm gonna do the other side and then we'll be right back. So here are my contoured brows. love this concealer. Super thick. I mean, you do have to work fast, but so nice. So there is our carved out brows. We look a little crazy right now, but we got a set. Same thing we did before. We're gonna take the Pro Filter setting powder from Fenty Beauty and in the color Honey, and we're just going to set that eyebrow and set that concealer. Before we finish the complete face, we're gonna get into lashes before we finish the look. Now for lashes, I just have been forever sticking to the Christina lash in the wispy, and I really like them because the hairs are spread apart and crossing over a little bit, and it's very natural when you put them on. So how I start my process is I do my bottom lashes. So we're gonna use the Voluminous Primer by L'Oreal. I really just prime the bottom lashes because it's really hard for me to get mascara and make it look thick on my bottom lashes. Now we're gonna apply our mascara. I'm using the Milk Kush mascara, which I'm really been loving. All right, so we have our lashes done. Now for the extensions. I use either the Ardell glue or the Duo glue. Those two are my favorite glue, and I always use the clear. Now, so the first thing to do is coat the lashes with a little bit of mascara, right? The second thing I do is I just take the package right after I open it, and I put a little bit of glue right there in the middle. I let it get tacky. It's easier to work with if you're not so good at putting on lashes. Start right away, because you're gonna keep moving it, and you don't want it to be too tacky to where it just sticks. So you're gonna grab it and you're gonna move it around, and they come on the lash band. This is where you're gonna apply the glue. We're gonna take the lash and we're gonna apply the glue right here on the lash band. It doesn't matter where you put it, honestly, just don't put it like on this side where the lash is going to be like on top of your eyes. Try to go like on the inside of the lash band or right on to the lash band, like right on that part. So when you grab with the tweezers, you're gonna grab right in this groove here. So this is where you're gonna grab. You're gonna grab like this and hold it right in that little groove there. So I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna put it on my eye just to measure. I wanna see if it's too long. And this is just like to see like, oh, okay. It's gonna fit on my whole eye because it doesn't go too past here and it doesn't go too in here. Now, if you have a problem where it's like going like this and it fits your entire eye from here to here, you're gonna wanna cut off a little bit of this part just so it starts about where your natural lash starts. You see my lash is not growing on the inside here, it starts about here. So that's the same thing for when putting on lashes, where you wanna start. The natural place that your hair starts to grow, and mine starts to grow about here. So that's where I'm focused on putting my lash on there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit of lash glue on the strip, and then we're going to try to apply it. After you cut it down, put it around your finger. I've learned this from a makeup artist at MAC that did my makeup, and just kind of run it around there so it can be a little bit more pliable. So I take the lash, I start from the end personally, and just place it on there. Where my mindset is when I'm placing it is right in between where the skin meets the hair. Pressing it in. So now That looks good, right? I just take my fingers and I squeeze them to my lashes and I'm pushing back into my skin. As you can see, everything is nice and tight against the skin there. And that's it. We're gonna do the other side and we'll be right back. Now I just love how lashes can vamp up the look right away. So there we go. We have our lashes on. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the comments below if you've tried this technique when it comes to brows and lashes, because I wanna know if it was a great tutorial in terms of how to put lashes on, how to do your eyebrows. So I would love to improve and help you guys. So let me know. This is the finished look. These are our contoured brows. I showed you how to do some lashes. We finished up with a simple look, a little blush on the lips, a little highlighter. Thank you, Fenty Beauty. But really, I want to hear what you guys think. So please, please, please like, subscribe, and comment, because I need to know what you think. I want to hear it from you, from the source. If you like this video, so that I can bring you more content of things that you like, or maybe give me an idea of something that you want to see. But thank you for watching, and I hope you guys like this look. Bye.